Solomon and the fabulous Queen of Sheba, Yul Brynner and Gina Lola Breach. The Star today at 5.
It's USC football from Jones Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. It's the Trojans of USC versus the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Brought to you by a participating advertiser, Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by your Southern California Chevrolet dealers, who invite you to see their fuel-efficient cars with a lot of power, performance, and comfort. So don't give up a lot to get a little. Remember, we want you for keeps.
Lubbock, Texas. Population 175,000. The Western Plains from the great state of Texas. As we get ready for the 1979 USC football opener, the Trojans and the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Hello, everybody. This is Mike Walden along with Dave Levy. And the start of another football season with the Trojans. USC has been #1 in just about every preseason poll known to man, Dave Levy. What do you think about tonight?
Well, if I were John Robinson, I think I'd be keyed up. I'd probably be a little nervous, but I'd be confident in my heart because I've got the best people. If I were Rex Doherty, Southwest Conference Coach of the Year, I've got a 7-4 squad in 78. I gave the Trojans a good game. I'd still have a little fear in my heart.
The quarterbacks tonight, Paul McDonald, number 16 for USC. Number 12, a sophomore, Ron Reeves for Texas Tech.
I've got to give the edge to McDonald because I think his passing ability and the receivers he throws to give him just that little edge.
The running backs tonight will feature number 86 for the Red Raiders, James Hadnot, a huge back. And number 12, a unanimous All-American, Heisman Trophy candidate for USC, Charles White.
Well, Hadnot is a power back without question. He made almost 1,400 yards a year ago. He didn't have a great game against the Trojans last year, but he'd only been a fullback for 2 weeks. A very good back. White, a great back. He has speed. I give the edge to White.
Capacity here at Jones Stadium is 47,000. They have surpassed that tonight. They have sold grass seats, one of the end zones. So we're going to have 50,000 for USC Texas Tech, and we'll be right back with the opening kickoff.
You pilot ships out to open sea through currents that can run you aground, and the only map you trust is the one you keep in your head. Now comes Miller time. Time to head back for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, we've got the beer, Miller Beer.
California, your Chevy dealers have a message for those of you who haven't bought a Chevy yet. Our mid-size Chevy Malibu's larger fuel tank takes you farther than a Datsun 810, farther than a Toyota Corona, farther than a Volvo sedan. Chevy Malibu has the same mileage but more miles per tankful than these smaller foreign cars. More room and comfort.
We've got to stop meeting like this.
And more miles per tank. Chevy Malibu.
This is Mike Walden along with Dave Levy, and we're all set to go. USC football 1979. Rob Kerr has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. He will kick to the 2 deep men for Texas Tech, Jim Hart and Ted Watts. It is Hart at the 5, going to the outside. Hart up close to the 18-yard line. The tackle made by Byron Darby from the USC Special Teams unit. Jim Hart returning the opening kickoff, and Tech will take over from that spot, a first down from their 18-yard line. The Texas Tech interior line at quick tackle, number 75, Ken Walter. The quick guard, 62, Larry Martin. He's also a co-captain. The center, number 50, Joe Walstead. The strong guard, number 67, George Smitherman. And the strong tackle, number 70, Mark Gesh. As we look at the quarterback, Ron Reeves, a sophomore. On the first play from scrimmage, it's Hadnot, and he gets just a yard. Hadnot nailed there by Eric Scoggins, the outside linebacker of USC. Just a 1-yard pickup. The Tech receivers, the tight end, number 89, Ken Colby. The split end is number 80, Howie Lewis, and the flanker, number 81, Edwin Newsom. In the Tech backfield, we have a quarterback, number 12, Ron Reeves. The fullback, 86, James Hadnot, and the tailback is 36, Mark Olbert. 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line. Reeves with split backs. This time it is Mark Olbert, and Olbert is up to the 23-yard line, put down by interior linebacker Ricky Gray.
Mike, the Trojans are in their basic 3-4 defense. They were slanting to the wide side and the strong side of the field that time. Ricky Gray, number 35, with a little bit of a knee problem, looking awfully good on that play.
Checking over the SC defense, the 3-down lineman at left tackle, 96, Myron Lapka. He's a co-captain. The nose guard, 63, Ty Sperling. And the left tackle, or rather the right tackle, is number 70, Dennis Edwards. It's 3rd and 5 at the 23-yard line. Reeves wants to throw, and down he goes. Down he gets up and finally gets up to around the line of scrimmage. It was a great effort. He was about to go down, and he scrambled up to the 24-yard line. Reeves is a big, strong youngster at 6'2", 210 pounds. It looked like he was going to be sacked, and he got the ball back up to the line of scrimmage. But Texas Tech cannot move, so Texas Tech will punt the ball to USC.
So far, the Trojans have played their basic defense, slanting it to the strong side some. Good coverage in the secondary. The quarterback did the only thing he could do.
This is Maury Buford, who led the NCAA in kicking last year for Texas Tech. Averaged better than 44 yards a boot. Didn't have any block, but they had a pretty good rush on that time. Look at that ball, how high it is. Butler all the way back to the 18. Raymond Butler stopped at the 26-yard line. And this aroused Texas Tech team swarming over Butler at the 26.
Mike, this is going to be a tough stadium to play in, not only because of the noise, but the way it brings this Texas Tech team to its feet, even on their bench.
The USC offensive line. The weak tackle is 77, Anthony Munoz. The weak guard, 64, Roy Foster. The center, 62, Chris Foote. The strong guard, 71, Brad Buddy. And the strong tackle, 68, Keith Van Horn. The SC receivers, the tight end, Hobie Brenner, number 89. The flanker, number 8, Kevin Williams. And the split end is Ray Butler, number 86. We have a chance now to look at the SC backfield. Paul McDonald at quarterback. Marcus Allen, the fullback. Charles White, the tailback.
Mike, that last punt, or the first punt, was 58 yards with a 5-yard return. And what a job a punter can do with your field position, especially if he has any wind. There doesn't appear to be a great deal of that wind right now, however.
USC 12-1 last season. The Pac-10 winners, number 1 on the UPI coaches poll. Picked number 1 on all of the preseason polls. First play for the Trojans in 1979. Guess who? Right, number 12, Charles White, up to the 30, a gain of 4. Tackle made by the nose guard of Texas Tech, Hans Bischoff. He is a 215-pound junior. Pick up a 4.
On that first play, both teams did exactly as you would expect. The Trojans opened the season with Charlie White right up the middle on the blast play. Texas Tech in their overshifted defense to the strong side.
The 3-down lineman for Texas Tech, Jim Burton, 76. Bischoff is 41, and David Hill, number 68. 2nd and 6 after 30 for the Trojans. No score. First quarter from Lubbock, Texas. White looking for running room. Can't get it. White stopped at the line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Johnny Quinney, the inside linebacker. And Quinney was a defensive back last year, so very quick they brought him up. Number 26, Johnny Quinney, the inside linebacker of the Red Raiders.
Quinney's a 200-pounder, not overpowering for a linebacker position, but he has good speed. He was an excellent safety man in the Texas Tech defense. That Wanda linebacker, as they call him, has to be a good one.
It's 3rd and 6 at the USC 30-yard line. Williams moving over. He's flanked to the left. McDonald lays it off over to Charles White. He struggles to get up to the 35-yard line. He had to get up to the 36 to get the first down. It's going to be close. Wait and see where they mark the ball. The tackle made by Jim Burden, the 240-pound defensive tackle. I don't think he got it. Looks like he's going to be about a half-yard shy.
Mike, I think it's even less than that. It was a good second effort that got him that close to it. Texas Tech obviously aroused on defense. They're actually doing the same thing they did last year, which is going strong side and really pressing the running game.
The deep man for Texas Tech is Ted Watts. He's the fastest man on the Red Raider team, and David Pryor gets his first boot away in an SC uniform. Watts over in the sidelines. He steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A quick call by the officials over there as he was pinned in on the sidelines, tried to get some running room, but he was bumped out of bounds. And bumping him out of bounds was the freshman, Joey Browner. So Tech now will have a first down at the 26, the Texas Tech 26. Let's get in the SC linebackers. The outside linebacker, 57, Larry McGrew. Inside linebacker, 56, Dennis Johnson. Another inside man is 35, Ricky Gray. An outside linebacker, 81, Eric Scoggins. And in the SC secondary, Herb Ward, Dennis Smith, Ron Lott, and Jeff Fisher. First and 10 for Texas Tech at the 26-yard line.
Texas Tech is a veer offense, and by that, I mean they like to run the option play. They'll fake the dive, the quarterback keeps the ball, he's got a trailing halfback, and now they option on an outside linebacker or sometimes a safety man. USC's defense against that is not just theory, it's speed, as you take a look at the Red Raider there.
Who is that masked man?
Who's that masked man?
I wonder if Clayton Moore knows there might be a job available here at Lubbock, Texas. Ron Reeves at quarterback, number 12. The split backs are 86 Hadnot and 36 Obert. Gained up to about the 28-yard line. Ronnie Lott, the roverback, brought him down, a pickup of 2. This program is authorized under television rights granted by the University of Southern California. It is solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing of the program without the express written consent of USC, is strictly prohibited. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line for Texas Tech. No score early in the first period. Reeves is able to slip one tackle, moves up to the 32. And a lot of the Trojans were over there. 96 is Myron Lapka and Chris Foote are the SC co-captains tonight. 81 is Scoggins, 35 Gray. 40 is Jeff Fisher. 42, Ronnie Lott. Both teams, Dave Levy, appear to be feeling one another out here in the first 4.5 minutes of this quarter.
Well, that's about all you really can do, early, Mike, unless you want to go all the way for the bomb, and neither team has wanted to do that.
On third down, Reeves is in the grasp of Eric Scoggins. Eric Scoggins at 6'4", 220, the junior from Inglewood. Clamped a bear hug on Reeves at the 34-yard line.
The basic difference between these two teams in the matchup between Texas Tech's offense and the Trojan defense is speed. I think it'll be very difficult for Texas Tech, as you look at their sideline and Coach Dockery there, to really outflank the Trojans with any consistency. They're going to have to put the football in the air.
Raymond Butler is deep for USC, awaiting the punt of Buford. He got one away for 58 yards the first time, almost kicked it right out of the stadium. He had one of 75 against Texas A&M a year ago. Fair catch is the signal, and the ball is gathered in there at the 32-yard line by Jeff Fisher. We have a timeout, 6:38 to go. First quarter, SC nothing, Tech nothing.
You don't move mountains, you go through them. And all it takes to carve a tunnel out of a mile of hard rock is steel and sweat and dynamite. Now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
When it comes to comedy, nobody has a sense of humor like on TV. Because when it comes to funny movies, nobody has a lineup like ours. And this month on TV brings you the one and only Blazing Saddles.
So call on TV, and for $8.95 a month plus tax, get all the latest movies, sports, specials, and blazing saddles. Call now, and you'll be one of over 200,000 families in L.A. who are dying of laughter.
Have we ever seen such cruelty?
USC was unable to move the ball, so we pick up the action with Texas Tech's next series of downs.
All right, the Red Raiders out with the ball. The center, Joe Wallstead. Quarterback is Ron Reeves. From the Tech 26, Reeves throws. It is intercepted. USC's ball. Ronnie Lott, the roverback, with a one-handed grab. And as he was falling to the AstroTurf here at Jones Stadium, he pushed it into his chest and held onto it.
Texas Tech did what they had to do to move the football. Their execution was a little bit weak. Ronnie Lott, number 42, better known against the run, but very good against the pass, gets all the way to the flat, makes a great one-handed stab at the ball, and finally comes up with it.
He was second team All Pac-10 a year ago from Rialto. Eisenhower High, Ronnie Lott, and now the Trojans with a first down at the Texas Tech 37 with 6.5 minutes to play first quarter. McDonald looks downfield. McDonald has time, dumps it off, complete at the 30-yard line to Hobie Brenner, and Hobie Brenner is down to the Texas Tech 22. Alan Swan from the secondary finally got big Hobie down. Hobie Brenner, the tight end at 6'5", 235, a junior from Fullerton.
Hobie Brenner playing tonight in the place of a slightly injured James Hunter, bothered with a hamstring, doing a great job. It may be a little tough for James to get that job back.
A gain of 14 yards on the pass play. McDonald to Brenner. First down for the Trojans at the Tech 23. Roxani in motion. Charles White swinging to the right side. White made his cut, lost his footing, and went down. His knee touchdown, they claim at the 17. But he still picks up 6 yards on the carry.
And it's pretty obvious Texas Tech on first down is going to play tough against the run. The left corner for Texas Tech was lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh. Anthony Munoz hurt on that last play. Chester Simmel is out there along with Jack Ward, Paul Williams.
You've heard me talking about my stores, Lee's Bars, Stools, and Dinettes. And now I'd like to talk about my advertising agency, Ad Marketing. They specialize in marketing techniques and media buys for retailers like me. Working with Ad Marketing has really been a pleasure. I get what I want, when I want it, and at a price I can afford. You should consider Ad Marketing for your business. I think you'll value their expertise as I do.
If your company needs the kind of advertising agency that produces results, call Ad Marketing.
It's second down 4, USC's ball at the Texas Tech 17. Mosbar is in there replacing Munoz as Williams goes in motion. McDonald gives off to the tailback. Fumble. Larry Flowers comes up with a loose football for Texas Tech.
This is the first big break of the game, maybe the second. If Anthony Munoz is injured, that definitely has to be considered a break, whether you want to call it that or not. And then losing the ball down in the scoring zone gives Texas Tech a lift that maybe they didn't really need. It appears to be a clean handoff. The ball was simply stripped loose.
It was Flowers who made the hit, and it was Ted Watts who made the recovery for Texas Tech. First and 10, Texas Tech from the Red Raider 13-yard line. The fake pitch by Reeves, and the quarterback of the Red Raiders comes up close to the 23-yard line.
This is the first time that Texas Tech has run what we call the outside dive option. The quarterback kept the ball. It simply becomes a form of a sweep with the lead back going through, and there's timeout on the field. For some reason, when a team makes the first down on a form of an option play, it seems like it's more yardage than if it were just an old-fashioned football play. I don't know why that is, but it just seems that way to me.
First down for Texas Tech at the Red Raider 24-yard line. Hadnot is 86. Olbert is 36. Gain up to around the 26-yard line. James Hadnot. He's 35, a senior from Jasper, Texas, and they tell the story that he got up. He was flirting close to 260 along about April.
Well, he looks pretty good right now. The Trojans had their linebacker shifted over to the strong side that time. Texas Tech came back with a weak side counter dive, trying to get something going with consistency in their running game.
Gain of 2. Tackle made by Lapka. 2nd and 8 at the Tech 26. Oh, a big hole. And there is Hadnot. James Hadnot. Out to the 47-yard line. Ronnie Lott and Dennis Smith finally ran him down. But Hadnot gets loose on a 21-yard romp.
A trap play that looks like a counter in the backfield. Hadnot, a big man with very adequate speed. And Texas Tech appears to have something going with their running game.
Hadnot was the #1 rusher in the Southwest Conference a year ago. He averaged 5.5 per carry. He just got 21 on that particular occasion. From the 47 of Texas Tech, Reeves is flipped down hard at the 49. Dennis Johnson, an all Pac-10 linebacker, put it on him. Johnson, a senior from Flint, Michigan.
We can see the difference in execution. That was another outside dive. This time the Trojan defense was right there. You can watch Reeves fake the dive. Hadnot leads through and is tackled by the tackle, tries to turn up himself.
By the way, this young man, Ron Reeves, was hit with a tragedy just a couple of days ago. His aunt and uncle, flying in for the game last Thursday, killed in a plane crash. Yet Ron Reeves, at 6'2" and 210, leading this Red Raider team here tonight against SC on 2nd and 8. Heavy pressure, he gets away. Not this time, though. He managed to stay up a little longer than normal, and as he started forward, he was hit from behind and put down at the 47-yard line.
Most teams that run the veer offense end up with a relatively simple passing game, and they throw on obvious passing downs. It appears that Texas Tech wants to disrupt that a little bit, try to get some balance in their offense. Trojans playing good defense against the passing game so far.
Dennis Edwards had a chance to get him, but Reeves was able to get out of his grasp. So now it is 3rd and 8 at the 48 as Reeves retreats, sets up the screen, and it is almost intercepted. Maybe it is intercepted. Coming up with it is Chip Banks. Yes, Chip Banks, the outside linebacker of Southern California, gets it. Chip Banks, the sophomore from Augusta, Georgia.
Chip Banks had to miss the Rose Bowl game last year with a fractured ankle. As we watched the replay on the screen pass, Dennis Edwards and Dennis Johnson both giving good rush on the play. Super defense.
Ty Sperling was in there, too, so the ball will be placed down at the 44-yard line. SC with a first down at the Texas Tech 44. And the Trojans have had 2 intercepted passes now here in the first quarter. One by Ronnie Lott and this one by Chip Banks, but still no score with 2:29 to play, first period. Marcus Allen, he gets a couple. David Hill, right tackle on defense for Texas Tech, brought him down. Pickup of just 2.
That play is meant for the fullback to read the nose guard and just go the way he doesn't. But Texas Tech is slanting or lining up their defense already pre-slanted to the strong side. There's a man over the guard. There's only one way he can go, and it just wasn't blocked well that time.
2nd and 8, SC at the Texas Tech 42. No score, first quarter. Mike Walden and Dave Levy from Lubbock, Texas. The tailback, White, 40. White out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A pickup of 9, and that should be enough for the first down for USC. Larry Flowers, the strong safety, tripping him out of bounds at the 33.
The tailback counter or tailback reverse, whichever you want to call it, is an obvious play against what Texas Tech is doing on defense. Texas Tech is trying to compensate for that obvious weakness by letting their safety man really fill to the weak side quickly.
We have 1:49 to play. First quarter, no score.
Letterman's Lounge at the ticket office at the north end of the stadium immediately after this game.
We've got 3 tight ends now, Rock Shawnee, Brenner, and Hunter employed for USC. The ball is just outside the 34-yard line. Trojans need just inches to get the first down. Rock Shawnee in motion. Here's the tailback, Charles White. He should have it this time. Tackle is made at the 32-yard line by Gabriel Rivera, number 69. I don't know if our cameras can get a shot of Rivera, but they call him Senior Sack. He is 6'3", 300 pounds, and Dave, they claim he can run the 40 in 4.9.
Well, if he can, I wouldn't want to be around him.
I think maybe Hurricane David must be behind him if he can go that fast, carrying that much luggage. So the Trojans have a first down now with the ball at the Tech 32-yard line. McDonald has Garcia deep. He dumps it off over to James Hunter. And Hunter fumbles the ball. Big pile up at the 23-yard line. Let's see who comes up with it. I think the Trojans, yes, Chris Foote. He's one of the co-captains. The crowd booing. They thought Tech got there first. The officials say no. Chris Foote, the center, comes up with a loose ball for SC. So the Trojans hold on.
This is the second time McDonald has gone back, looking downfield, hitting his tight end on the delay pattern. I think we can, as long as Texas Tech stays in the coverages they're using, we can expect more of that.
The southwest corner of the concourse.
We have 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Texas Tech nothing and USC nothing. And I guess so far, Dave Levy, you've been through so many years coaching, you'd have to say this is a typical opener.
I think it is, and I think it's 2 pretty physical teams. Texas Tech looks a lot more physical to me this year than they did a year ago. Of course, in this kind of beautiful stadium, we're about twice as close to the field as we are in the Los Angeles Coliseum.
Paul McDonald is 3 out of 3 in passing thus far, 27 yards. First down for the Trojans at the Texas Tech 22. Rock Shawnee in motion. A pitch to Charles White, looking for running room, and the Red Raiders are waiting. The attack on defense led by Gabriel Rivera, the 6'3", 300-pound freshman from San Antonio.
Mike, I believe Charlie White's cutting that sweep or pitch play up a little bit soon. I think he could stretch it a little further, make his decision a little later, and maybe just get around the end once in a while. Pretty good blocking on the line of scrimmage on the outside, even though the corner's lined up and you get a shot of the rather big fellow, number 69.
Actually didn't have that number. That was the only uniform that would fit him, 69. He had number 82, I think, when he cut it out 3 weeks ago. And that's the end of the first quarter. From Jones Stadium here in Lubbock, Texas, we have no score between Texas Tech and USC.
You can go to any Bob's Big Boy, and you get the same good food. Because every Bob's in Southern California orders from right here. In the morning, the orders come in. In the afternoon, we fill these orders. That night, we head them up and move them out. And that's why at Bob's, you get the same good food in Santa Maria as you get in San Diego. Good night.
At Bob's Big Boy, we love good food just like you do.
When I was a young man starting out in business, I thought that someday I would own the world. So I started to read the Wall Street Journal. It helped. The journal helped. I moved right along in business. But after a few years, I realized that I wasn't ever going to own the world. And you know what? I didn't want to anyway. All I wanted was to do my best. So I kept on reading the Wall Street Journal. And the journal helped. It helped me to do my best. And these days, well, these days I still want to know. I have to know what's going on in business. I want to keep in touch. So I still read the Wall Street Journal, and the journal still helps. It keeps me in touch. I guess I've spent all my adult life with the journal. It hasn't failed me yet.
You can get 20 weeks of the journal for $22. Call 1-800-331-1009. That's 1-800-331-1009. You'll be billed later. Do it now. The Wall Street Journal. It hasn't failed anyone yet.
Here's the first play of the second quarter. Mike Walden and Dave Levy from Jones Stadium in Lubbock. Texas Tech nothing, SC nothing. Trojans ball 2nd and 10 at the Tech 22. Now White moves in motion. McDonald has his receiver spread out. It is to Kevin Williams, and it's almost intercepted in the end zone. Watts was over there. Ted Watts, number 21.
And Charlie White was all alone on the sideline. I think if McDonald had seen him, he could have walked in.
Kevin Williams sprinting straight downfield, and it was about 2 yards in the end zone, and Watts went for it, trying for the interception. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Trojans at the Tech 22. On the sidelines, limbering up, Eric Hipp, a field goal kicker. Here comes Williams in motion. Now he's going to go back the other way. McDonald running. He's going to have to unload in a hurry or get to the sideline. And he was hit as he went forward and cocked the arm back to throw. And the crowd booing, thinking he was intentionally grounding the ball. Gabriel Rivera putting extreme pressure on McDonald.
It appears that McDonald really wants to throw the ball downfield early in this game. I think he's going to have more success, as he has had twice, throwing the delay pattern and the short passes to his backside of the backfield.
There's John Robinson, the SC coach, on the field. I didn't see any flags go down, but apparently one did, because here is the walk-off. Let's wait the signal by Vince Buckley. Intentional grounding. That'll be 5 yards from the spot of the throw, plus loss of a down.
That's an expensive penalty, and one you really don't expect to see Paul McDonald do, especially that late and that close to the sideline.
There will be no field goal attempt here. Pryor will have to kick this ball from about midfield, and I would guess he'll try to angle it for the sideline. The center is Mike McDonald. Freshman from Hemet. Aims it for the sideline. Hits at the 6. Out of bounds, I think, around the 2. Around the 1 or 2 yard line, and it's very close to the 2 yard line. Hey, that's a good job by this young punter. Number 17, Dave Pryor, a freshman from Hemet.
Dave Pryor was redshirted last year, and the coaches all said this fellow is going to do one great job next year. He's got a great leg. He gets the ball away quickly. And so far in this game, both teams have punted the ball very well.
Sellout crowd of better than 50,000 on hand tonight here in Lubbock, Texas. It'll be a first down for the Red Raiders at the Texas Tech 2 yard line. There is a story about the black uniforms of Texas Tech, and we'll get to that. But first, we're going to pause. We have 14:34 to play in the second quarter. No score, FC Texas Tech.
More new cars have been delivered to satisfied customers by Chevrolet dealers than any other make in the USA. Chevrolet is #1, mile after mile, year after year.
We don't want you just for a season. We don't want you just for a year. 'Cause you're Southern California, Chevy dealers really want you. We want you for keeps.
Texas Tech was unable to move the ball, so we pick up the action now with SC's next series of downs.
12:37 to go, second quarter. Texas Tech, SC, no score. From the SC 49-yard line, Charles White into Texas Tech territory, flipped down at the Tech 44.
The Trojans going with 2 tight ends on a regular running down situation for the first time, and one of their better running game plays on the inside. By using 2 tight ends, you can keep Texas Tech from overshifting their offense to the strong side because you have 2 strong sides.
Charles White with a gain of 7. Tackle made by Jeff McKinney, an outside linebacker. 2nd and 3 at the Texas Tech 44. Garcia, one of the receivers for USC, as Rockshani comes in motion. He's the flanker back.
Marcus Allen really hugging it
around the 40.
Excuse me, Mike. Marcus Allen, after fumbling the last time he had the football, put 2 arms on that ball. He might have missed the hole a little bit, but he did go in there with authority.
And he went in there with the idea of getting the first down, and the first down he did get. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Southern California at the Texas Tech 40. The tackle was made by the Red Raiders nose guard, Hans Bischoff. Still no score, 11:39 to go, first half from Lubbock, Texas. Allen is the fullback, the tailback is White, and it's Charles White. He is down inside the 35. Charles White pulled down by Terry Bear of Texas Tech, number 58.
There was some good blocking on the inside because with an overshifted defense, that hole shouldn't open up like it did, and it really did open up.
White with 6 more yards. He now has 37 in 10 carries. But now he's starting to get 5 here, 7 there, 6 here. 2nd and 4 at the 34. Michael Hayes is the new tailback now for USC. Williams in motion. The give is to Marcus Allen to the outside, 30-yard line. Down to the 27-yard line goes Marcus Allen, the sophomore from Lincoln High School in San Diego. And it took the right cornerback, Alan Swan, to put him down.
Obviously, that was a bit of, not a broken play, but a play that came about because of Marcus Allen's ability to have balance, also a little burst of speed to get to the outside.
A gain of 7 by the SC fullback. First down, Trojans at the Texas Tech 27. Allen with 15 yards and 4 carries. Kevin Williams flanked wide to the right. It's Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes with a burst of speed to the Texas Tech 20.
Michael Hayes has played almost every position a back can play at USC on the offense, that is. He's been a flanker. He's been a running back. He's done a little bit of everything. He's a senior out of San Diego. And if you have to have a replacement for Charlie White, he's a very good one to have.
They're still working on Anthony Munoz over on the sideline. I don't know if that's Anthony or not. I can't tell from my monitor. A pickup of 7 on the last play. It's 2nd and 3 at the 20-yard line of Texas Tech. Marcus Allen, 15. Allen at the 10. Allen at the 5. And Marcus Allen is stopped at the 1-yard line. Just 1 yard shy away of a touchdown. Marcus Allen, who may be a tailback after Charles White leaves, playing fullback tonight and showing some good moves.
Well, there was some fine blocking up front. You see Roy Foster, number 64, burying his man. Marcus Allen hits the hole very quickly. John Robinson sort of changed the style of USC fullbacks a year ago, and it's continuing that process with Marcus Allen.
A gain of 19 by Marcus Allen. 1st and goal to go at the Texas Tech 1. So who gets the ball? Allen or Michael Hayes, the tailback? Roxani in motion. The give is to Marcus Allen. Touchdown, USC! Marcus Allen from 1 yard out.
On that drive, the Trojan offensive line showed some domination physically of their opponents. I don't think Texas Tech is tired, but I really do believe the Trojans are getting off the ball a little better now and showing some authority in the running game.
And this may take a little starch out of Texas Tech. So the drive capped by the 1 yard blast over tackle by Allen. The Trojans have scored. In to kick the extra point will be number 10, Eric Hipp. The center, Mike McDonald. The holder, Jeff Fisher. Good snap and a good hole, and good kick by Eric Hipp.
The point is good.
Eric Hipp adds the extra point. 9:21 to go, 2nd quarter. It's SC 7, Texas Tech nothing.
All you can, because saving a few seconds may save a few lives. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Ortho makes their own mattresses right here in the biggest mattress factory in the West. Then they sell direct to you. No middleman. That means low factory direct prices like this for a 10-piece queen-size set. Right now, Ortho's one low price includes all this. 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, 2 sheets, a blanket, bed frame, mattress, and foundation. Buy today. You get everything, plus free delivery. Visit one of the nation's largest chain of mattress showrooms now.
Bob Kerr ready to kick off. Kerr is a senior from San Gabriel. He came to SC as a walk-on candidate, able to win a scholarship on his kicking ability. The deep man is Watts for Texas Tech. Mark James is over there, and he will make no attempt to run it out. Automatic touchback, and Tech will put it in play with a first down from the Red Raider 20-yard line.
It was nice to see number 88, Pat McCool, in on that kickoff team, Mike. He was injured in this game as a freshman 1 year ago. He had his knee operated on, and I'm sure it's a pleasure for him to be able to come back and play so soon.
There is Ted Watts, the fastest man on the Texas Tech team, as Tech will now put it in play with a first down from their own 20-yard line. Ron Reeves at quarterback. Reeves handing off to Hadnot, and Big James gets a couple, wrapped up by Dennis Edwards, the sophomore from Edison High School in Stockton, the defensive tackle for USC. Looks like the Texas Tech trainer is working on Watts.
Well, if it's the fastest man on your team, regardless of where he plays, you hate to see him on the bench.
Second down and 8, Texas Tech from the Red Raider 22-yard line. USC 7, Tech nothing. 8:48 to go in the second quarter. Reeves to Hadnot.
Okay,
if he doesn't give it to Hadnot, then Reeves will carry on the option. That's about the only punch that the Red Raiders seem to have.
Well, on straight flow, without any counter action in the backfield, Texas Tech has had almost no success running the ball. The only success they've had is the little counter actions inside. It's designed to get a linebacker to take an extra step and let someone like Hadnot, who's got some strength, maybe break a tackle.
Pickup of 2 by Hadnot, who was tackled by Scoggins. We have a new tight end, Colby, replacing Cummins for Texas Tech. And just as Olbert was able to get the ball in the first half, he was swarmed under by 3 Trojans. Scoggins was the first man to hit him, and Scoggins had a lot of help.
Don Lindsay says this is not the biggest Trojan defense in the last few years, but it could be the fastest, maybe of recent years or recent memory. And it really shows in this first half. Anytime Texas Tech tries to go outside, several white jerseys show up.
Maury Buford ready to punt now for Texas Tech. Deep man is Raymond Butler for SC. Buford hangs it up there high, and Butler signaling for the fair catch. Gathers it in at the 43-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for USC at the Trojan 43-yard line. We have 7:23 to play first half. SC 7, Texas Tech nothing. In case you're just joining us on the telecast, the Trojans drove 51 yards in 7 plays. Marcus Allen covered the last 20 yards, the last one on a 1-yard burst over tackle. Eric Hipp kicked the extra point. It's 7-0 USC.
Texas Tech is going to have to take some chances. Not right now. The score isn't that far apart. But I really believe the Trojan offense on the last drive showed that they've done some adjusting to what the Raiders are trying to do on defense. And with Don Nosebar, a freshman, taking the place of Anthony Munoz at weak tackle, you could figure that it might take a little time to adjust some blocking schemes.
Michael Hayes is the tailback for Southern California on this series. Perhaps Charles White was hurt.
It's very possible, Mike. Tailbacks get hit in a lot of places. I didn't see him limp off the field. Could be ribs, anything.
Williams moves over, and Hayes moves into tailback. First time we've seen this maneuver. The give is to Marcus Allen. Allen is up to the 46 or 47-yard line. Brought down by David Hill, the defensive tackle. That'll be a gain of 4 yards. Second and 6 at the 46.
This is the second or maybe third series in a row that we've seen the Trojans open up on first down with a quick hitting play by the fullback. It's pretty obvious that the coaches upstairs, John Jackson on the phone, along with Hudson Houck, have decided Maybe the best way to penetrate that slanting defense is the quick pop.
Butler split wide. Williams in motion. Hayes is still the tailback. To give us to Michael Hayes. 45, 50, 45. He is down to the Texas Tech 40-yard line. Michael Hayes. He was a wide receiver the last couple of years. He's caught only 6 passes in the last couple of years, but by golly, he knows what to do when he gets that ball.
Well, Brad Buddy, number 71, is a great pulling guard. I think it's the best thing he does. He really zeroes in on people downfield. And Michael Hayes, a man who's paid his dues in a lot of spring practice scrimmages, getting a chance to show what he can do, is doing a good job.
A gain of 16 by the native of San Diego, Michael Hayes. First down, SC at the Texas Tech 40-yard line. McDonald fakes the handoff. He has time. He throws to Kevin Williams, but he caught the ball out of bounds. Williams with Ted Watts right on him at the 22. He came down out of bounds.
For Kevin Williams to get much room on a short or medium pass, something different's going to have to happen. Texas Tech showing a lot of faith in their secondary and really crowding the receivers.
The Texas Tech people told us all day long that the strength of this team, the secondary. So they will match that secondary against the SC passing attack. It's 2nd and 10 at the Texas Tech 40-yard line. Hayes in motion. Thrown back is Marcus Allen. He gets the call. Marcus Allen picks up 3 yards to the 37-yard line.
Mike, I wouldn't be surprised pretty soon to see the Trojan offensive staff call for someone to run straight up the field and see if that confidence that Texas Tech is showing in their cornerbacks might be misplaced a little bit. I really believe that someone with just a straight burst of speed straight up the field could get deep.
1st and 10, USC. Check it. It's 3rd down and 7, USC at the 37-yard line. Trojan 7, Texas Tech nothing, 5:44 to play in the 2nd quarter. McDonald incomplete, throwing for Dan Garcia at the 23-yard line. Garcia straight down, cutting in toward the middle of the field. Alan Swan covering for Tech.
The cornerback ran right with him. So far, the Trojan passing game has had the most success doing something they didn't do against Texas Tech a year ago much, and that's throwing to the tight end, the delay patterns. I think those passes are still open. I think the tailback swinging is still open, and I really believe someone straight up the field might be there.
McDonald is now 3 out of 6 for Southern California, 27 yards. David Pryor, freshman from Hemet, in punt formation. Pressure was on, and he gets this one off the side of his foot, and the penalty marker goes down. It could be roughing the punter.
Mike, it was roughing the punter, and that'll be an automatic first down this year. And Pryor is up and running off the field under his own power.
The penalty marker was dropped at the 48-yard line as we watch it again.
The punter is entitled to complete protection unless you get part of the ball.
Boy, I'll say that was 76, the big defensive tackle, Jim Burton of Texas Tech, that ran into Pryor. And here is the walk-off. All the way down to the 22-yard line. So apparently this year, they tacked the penalty on where the ball went out of bounds. That's the reason for the penalty down to the 22.
And an automatic first down regardless of the distance to go, Mike.
And once again, it is Michael Hayes, the tailback. We have received no report on Charles White. We are wondering right now, just as you are. Munoz went out earlier. 3 tight ends employed by John Robinson. It's Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen displaying that great speed again. Down to the 12-yard line of Texas Tech. Put down by Johnny Quinney, the inside linebacker.
It's obvious that Texas Tech has really prepared for the Trojans on what they have done in the past. By that, I mean they really crowd the normal passes, and they really crowd the normal runs. The most success so far in the running game has been the quick pop by the fullback and any counter action by the tailback.
The Trojans have another first down thanks to that romp by Marcus Allen, as the Trojans are using 3 tight ends again. This time it is Michael Hayes, stopped at the 11, a gain of just 1. Willie Stevens coming up quickly at the left corner spot for Texas Tech. 2nd and 9 at the Tech 11-yard line. When SC scored a 1-yard plunge by Marcus Allen, it marks another football game that SC has not been shut out. You remember the last time the Trojans were shut out? 130 games ago.
1967 Oregon State, was that right?
That's it, 3-0.
I was there.
And there was a lot of discussion at that time whether that field goal by Oregon State actually went over or not.
Now, another little trivia, Michael.
All right.
That team was shut out and defeated, but that team went on to win a national championship with O.J. Simpson at tailback.
Indeed, you are right. And a year later, O.J. won the Heisman Trophy. There have been 2 Heisman Trophy winners in SC history. Mike Garrett, O.J. Simpson. Those numbers have been retired. And perhaps a third this year in Charles White.
One higher mileage. Chrysler's Corporation is #1 in gasoline mileage of the big 3. Now Chrysler offers a $400 rebate. Make your best deal on these Chrysler and Plymouth cars, and Chrysler will top it with a $400 check sent directly to you. Get a Chrysler New Yorker, get a check. Get a Newport or Cordova, get a check. Get a Chrysler LeBaron or a Plymouth Volare, and get a $400 check. Come to Chrysler Plymouth. Check it out.
With On TV, we'll show you all the latest movies for one flat monthly fee. So if you want to watch Linda Blair turn into a devil more than once, or if you'd like to see Donald Sutherland try to keep from turning into a plant over and over, you can. But only with On TV. So call 956-6688, and for $18.95 a month plus tax, we'll give you a whole month's worth of the latest movies, sports, and specials. And you can watch Burt Reynolds pull all the stunts he wants without paying extra for it.
4:32 to go in the first half as we look at the Tech coaching staff. 2nd and 9 at the 11. It is Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen to the 7-yard line. Tackle made by Jim Burton, who ran into the punter prior a couple of seconds ago.
2 downs to make about 5 yards, Mike. A lot of people want to throw the ball. But that would mean probably that if you didn't complete the pass on 3rd down, you'd go to the field goal on 4th. I would expect to see John Robinson run the football on this 3rd down.
Fred Cornwell coming into the SC lineup. Number 84, Fred Cornwell. Tailback is Michael Hayes. The fullback is Marcus Allen. Rock Shawnee in motion on 3rd and 5 at the Texas Tech 7. McDonald wants to throw. He unloads. Caught out of bounds. Colby Brenner made the catch, but he caught it out of bounds.
I believe Vic Rock-Shawnee was open early in the end zone. McDonald pretty much decided in that bootleg-type play that the man he wanted to spring free was Hobie Brenner, number 89. He was open enough to catch the football, but just a little bit wide.
We will get a field goal attempt now by Eric Hipp. Mike McDonald will snap. Jeff Fisher will hold. And Hipp will have to kick this one from the 14-yard line. Thus, it would be a 24-yard field goal. He's from San Francisco, a junior, went to the same high school and junior college that Frank Jordan attended. The sidewinder has it up. Looks good, but it is not good. Off to the right side. So Hipp, Eric Hipp, misses his first field goal attempt at USC, a 24-yarder. And the score remains the same. With 3:36 to go in the first half, USC 7, Texas Tech nothing.
Texas Tech was unable to move the ball, so we pick up the action now with SC's next series of downs.
Michael Hayes is still the tailback. We have not seen Charles White in some time. Split back now, not the eye, but split back for SC on 1st and 20, a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. SC leading 7-0. Before the ball can be snapped, penalty marker is dropped. The referee is Vince Buckley from the Southwest Conference, a 5-yard walk-off. Illegal procedure against Southern California.
With 50 seconds left in this first half, John Robinson going with 2 tight ends. Once again, a ploy of what kind to keep the chance of stunting down, so to reduce the risk of fumbles in this field position.
Our spotters doing a good job for us tonight. Jim Hefner of USC, Tony Sevilla for Texas Tech, statistician Dennis Kirkpatrick. 1st and 15, and McDonald just falls down. Trojans apparently are content to run out the clock. And, of course, this brings up a chorus of boos.
Well, I guess it would if I were from Texas Tech as well. The way the Texas Tech defense has played against the passing game so far this first half, I think John Robinson's only real choice is which running play do I want to go with. And with Marcus Allen maybe having a loose hand once in a while, he wants to go the surest way.
It's 2nd and 18 at the 12, and again, McDonald just falls down on the ball. Remember, a year ago in the Coliseum, this Texas Tech team had a 9-0 lead on the Trojans in Los Angeles, and the final score was 17-9. So the Trojans have had difficulties in season openers in recent years.
Mike, I think people are beginning to say, this is what SC beat you with. Let's really attempt to take that away. If they beat us some other way, they might beat us anyway. Let's see what we can do. It appears to me that Texas Tech has spent a lot of time stopping what SC has done well.
Third down, 23, just 5 seconds till the intermission. McDonald may go back and sit on the ball again. Sit right down and run out the clock. Nope, not this time. Pitch goes to Michael Hayes up to the 15. Pulled down at the 16-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the first half from Jones Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. And Texas Tech fans on their feet showing their approval with the way the Red Raiders played the first half. At halftime, it's the University of Southern California 7, the Red Raiders nothing.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
How you holding up? I'm all right. You want to go for 10 miles?
If we make it, I'll buy you a beer.
If we make it, I'll buy you a lone brow.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
California, your Chevy dealers have a message for those of you who haven't bought a Chevy yet. Our Chevrolet Monte Carlo's larger fuel tank takes you farther than a Volvo sedan. Farther than a Datsun 810.
Hi, Sam.
Farther than a Toyota Celica. Monte Carlo has the same mileage, but more miles per tankful than these smaller foreign cars. More room and comfort.
I think the rain will hurt the rhubarb.
And more miles per tank. Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
You've heard me talking about my stores, Lee's Bars, Stools, and Dinettes. And now I'd like to talk about my advertising agency, Ad Marketing. They specialize in marketing techniques and media buys for retailers like me. Working with Ad Marketing has really been a pleasure. I get what I want, when I want it, and at a price I can afford. You should consider Ad Marketing for your business. I think you'll value their expertise as I do.
If your company needs the kind of advertising agency that produces results, call Ad Marketing. Ad Marketing.
Halftime statistics from Lubbock, Texas. Mike Walden and Dave Levy. SC leading 7-0 over Texas Tech. And as we can tell, Dave Levy, the Trojans lead in total offense, 139 yards to 90 for Texas Tech.
Mike, the statistics just about tell the story of the score. The Trojans have dominated the game. Punting has kept the Trojans out of great field position somewhat. They missed a field goal. Neither team running away with it. The Trojans 112 yards, rushing Texas Tech 71. It appears Texas Tech has trouble moving the football, but not that much difference between the two teams statistically.
What is the latest report you have on the condition of Charles White and Anthony Munoz?
We don't know the severity, but it appears that Munoz has a little knee problem. I believe it's with the left knee. Charlie White has a shoulder bruise. It was reported to us. I don't know which shoulder, and bruises can be anything from it's sore to a slight separation. I don't think we'll know till after the game.
The knee injury to Munoz, is it the same knee that he had the surgery on?
I want to say I believe it is, but I'm guessing, so let's just put it, we don't know, Mike.
The punting statistics were a story of the first half. Buford averaged almost 46 yards for 5 punts, but David Pryor, the freshman of USC, averaging nearly 39 yards.
Well, I think most coaches would be happy with either one of these punters so far. That has not been a problem. I think what Texas Tech has done to shut down the Trojan offense is really zero in on what they did well last year. the Trojans are going to have to change a little bit to move with consistency.
At halftime, it's USC 7, Texas Tech nothing. Stand by for the second half.
The key's supposed to be under the steps. I got it. Hey, here's a note. Gentlemen, my country estate is at your disposal. There might even be a little something in the refrigerator. Regards, Hank.
Let it be low and brown.
Low and brown. When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Low and Brow. Here's the Hank.
Wherever he is.
Low and brown.
When it comes to comedy, nobody has a sense of humor like on TV. Because when it comes to funny movies, nobody has a lineup like ours. And this month on TV brings you the one and only Blazing Saddles. So call on TV, and for $18.95 a month plus tax, get all the latest movies, sports, specials, and Blazing Saddles. Call now, and you'll be one of over 200,000 families in L.A. who are dying of laughter.
Have we ever seen such cruelty?
Bill Adams will kick off for Texas Tech. This young man Adams kicked 3 field goals a year ago against the Trojans in the Coliseum. The deep men for USC in the middle is Raymond Butler. Here's the kickoff by Adams. And Michael Hayes can't hold on to it. It'll flip out of beyond the end line. It'll be automatic touchback. 1st and 10 now for the Trojans on their own 20.
Mike, I'd expect to see the Trojans try to build a running offense. It's something John Robinson takes a lot of pride in, that his team is big, it is physical, and that it can wear an opponent down. However, I think with what Texas Tech is doing, and they seem to be pretty physical themselves this year, I think he will have to mix it up and have a blend of the game, run and pass.
The SC backfield, 16 McDonald, 33 Allen, 25 Michael Hayes. In case you're just joining us on the telecast, Hayes filling in for Charles White, who's out with a shoulder bruise. Allen up to the 24-yard line, a gain of 4. The tackle made by Johnny Quinney, an inside linebacker. 2nd down and 6. Interesting to look over some of the individual stats in the first half. Allen, the leading ground gainer, with 57 yards in 10 carries. Charles White, 39 in 10. Hadnot, 51 in 11 for Texas Tech. In passing, McDonald 3 out of 8. Reeves 1 out of 5. Ron Reeves, the quarterback of Texas Tech. Hayes is hit and dropped for a loss. David Hill, number 68. 6'4", 233, a senior from Seminole, Texas.
Texas Tech is trying to have almost every play someone shooting the gap or stunting from the inside out, and then really get a quick contain on the outside so that the tailback has to turn up. If it works for them, he'll be turning up into a man free in the backfield.
That's a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the 22 of USC. Southern California leads in the game 7-0 thanks to a 1-yard run by Marcus Allen late in the second quarter. McDonald retreats, steps up, lets it go, and he completes the pass to Marcus Allen. 35, 40, Allen to the 50, down into Texas Tech territory. Allen is finally corralled at the Tech 44-yard line. It was Larry Flowers, the strong safety, the man who has 4-6 feet in the 40, to catch up with Allen and bring him down.
Mike, part of the success of this play was the protection by Don Mosbar, number 72, the freshman replacing Anthony Munoz. McDonald successfully dumps off the sort of aborted play to his fullback, and a very short pass becomes a pretty long run, and Texas Tech has a man down on the field.
They're still working on him. I can't pick up his number just yet, but that play for Southern California nets the Trojans 34 yards, down to the Texas Tech 44.
Here's some final scores.
It could be Alan Swan. He was just coming off of knee surgery and wasn't expected to play too much tonight. Yeah, it is. Number 20, Alan Swan. So McDonald is now 4 out of 9 for 61 yards. The pass play picking up 34 to the 44-yard line of Texas Tech. I don't know. It looks like a knee.
Both teams losing players, at least for this game, apparently with some knee problems. You sure hate to see that happen.
I started to tell you in the first half the story of the black uniforms. At the tail end of last season, the last home game against Houston, they were supposed to lose, decided underdog. But Rex Doherty brought out the black uniforms, and Texas Tech upset Houston 22-21, and as a result, he broke them out again for this game against SC tonight. From the 44-yard line, 1st and 10, USC. 7-0 the Trojans. Early in the third quarter, it's Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 by the 5'9", 175-pound speedster from San Diego. Roger Jones got him down at the Red Raider 35.
Michael Hayes showing good running intelligence. Obviously, his eyes were open. The play was not designed by blocking scheme to break where it did, but it didn't break there by accident.
You know, prior to tonight, Michael Hayes had never carried the ball in his career at USC. Had never. He'd caught 6 passes, but never had carried the ball. Seeing yeoman duty here tonight as a replacement for Charles White. McDonald right on target to Garcia at the 19-yard line. Dan Garcia, and Paul put the ball in there nicely to the flanker back, Garcia of Southern California.
Well, nothing fancy. McDonald goes back, gets time to throw the football. Garcia goes down and breaks to the inside. And this particular time, I believe Texas Tech was in the pass coverage that SC likes to see a little bit of, and that's that double deep zone, and they found the seam in between the corner and the safety.
So the Trojans get 16 more yards through the air. First down at the Texas Tech 19. McDonald's going to do it again. He puts it up there for Garcia. Oh, a great catch! What a sensational catch by Dan Garcia, and over the shoulder grab. Garcia from Los Angeles High, a senior, doing justice to any wide receiver who's made a spectacular grab. It was up there, a nice floater, and Garcia with a spectacular catch.
But Paul McDonald read the coverage as man-to-man right away. Garcia was running the flyer straight up the field pattern. It appeared to be overthrown. He made a great grab.
What's that old cliche about a glue-fingered receiver? It looked like he had something on his fingers to bring that ball in. He only had about 10% of the ball. Here is Hip out of the hold of Jeff Fisher. The kick is up, and a penalty marker goes down, and so far, no signal from the referee whether the kick was good or not. Referee is Vince Buckley. We will await his signal. But regardless, the Trojans have scored on the 19-yard pass play. Paul McDonald to Dan Garcia. And for Paul McDonald, he had 19 touchdown passes last year, tying his school record, and he gets one here tonight. Dave, did you pick it up?
I believe it was roughing the kicker, and the kick was good, and the penalty will now be assessed on the kickoff.
So Eric Hip adds the extra point. 12:24 to go in the third quarter. It's USC 14, Texas Tech nothing.
You know, trying to run a Major League Baseball club isn't all fun and games.
The pressure's always on. And for guys like us, there's no off-season.
So when you wheel and deal as much as we do, you can't afford to get filled up.
That's why we drink light beer from Miller. It's got a third less calories than their regular beer, and it tastes great, too.
How about that trade? How about throwing in Bud Harrelson?
Let's see, Bud Harrelson, Gates Brown, and Mudcat Grant.
Right, the 2 Blue Powells and a Ferris Payne.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I want a Frank Malzone.
One higher mileage, Chrysler Corporation is #1 in gasoline mileage of the big 3. Now Chrysler offers a $400 rebate. Make your best deal on these Chrysler and Plymouth cars, and Chrysler will top it with a $400 check sent directly to you. Get a Chrysler New Yorker, get a check. Get a Newport or Cordova, get a check. Get a Chrysler LeBaron or a Plymouth Volare, and get a $400 check. Come to Chrysler Plymouth. Check it out.
The Trojans going 80 yards in 5 plays. Paul McDonald to Garcia, the touchdown, and Hip adds the extra point. So Kerr kicks it into the end zone as the 15-yard penalty was tacked on the ensuing kickoff. It'll be an automatic touchback. 1st and 10 for Texas Tech from their 20. USC 14, Texas Tech nothing.
Mike, I think that Texas Tech is going to have to change its plan a little bit. 14 points is not an overpowering lead, but with the way Texas Tech has had a difficult time moving the football on the ground, even though their air attack hasn't worked, if they're going to go for a win, which is pretty obvious they are, they're going to have to do a few things differently.
Ron Reeves has James Hadnot and Mark Olbert in the backfield. Reeves on the option. Reeves up to around the 24, 25-yard line. Eric Scoggins, an outside linebacker, pulls him down. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 24-yard line of Texas Tech. I started to tell you the story about the black uniforms. Well, Texas Tech generally comes out in red uniforms. Generally, that is their home uniform here at Lubbock, Texas. We'll watch this play. 2nd and 6 at the 24. 14-0, Southern California. It's Hadnot for a couple. Anyway, last year, Rex Doherty came up to the last home game of the season against Houston, and Houston was a big favorite. So he said, wait a minute. Texas Tech, he was looking back in the files, had great success wearing the black uniforms. He broke them out. Texas Tech upset Houston that day, 22-21, and so he saved them for this occasion tonight, thinking maybe the black uniforms would do for Texas Tech what the green uniforms did for Notre Dame back at South Bend a couple of years ago. So far, it hasn't worked. SC leading 14-0. The pitch goes to Hadnot. Hadnot had some head of steam as he goes around the right side, brought down by Ronnie Lott. Hadnot up to the 32-yard line.
I believe that's the first time that Texas Tech has pitched the ball on the option series and made a gain tonight. First time.
Tech's got it up now to the 32-yard line of Southern California, and a 1st down for the Red Raiders. Next Saturday afternoon, it'll be Southern California against Oregon State up in Corvallis. An afternoon game, and we'll have the replay for you at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon here on Channel 9. 1st and 10 from the 32 of Texas Tech. Southern California leading 14-0. Pitch goes to Hadnot, and a good tackle by Larry McGrew, the outside linebacker. A picture textbook tackle by McGrew, the senior from Berkeley, number 57.
Mike, that shows you Larry McGrew's basic ability and his speed on the option play. His assignment on that play is to make the quarterback pitch the ball and then sort of fill the lane between the contained man and himself for the pitch. He not only did that, he went out and made the tackle on the pitch.
SC's 2 touchdowns, a 1-yard run by Marcus Allen, a 19-yard pass from Paul McDonald to Dan Garcia. Each time Eric Hipp added the extra point. 14-0 Trojans. Reeves sets up a little screen, complete to Olbert. Olbert at the 34, up to the 39, and hit from behind and dropped. The tackle made by Byron Darby.
Texas Tech is attempting to do what I think they have to do to move the ball with any consistency. They're running plays they probably don't run most games. A little screen. They got the pitch to the outside on the option once, running the outside dive with the quarterback going a little wider than usual, trying to vary their offense.
And Darby, who makes the tackle right here, is a freshman. 6'4", 225 from Inglewood. He redshirted last year. Gain on the play of 7, 3rd and 3 for the Red Raiders from their 39. The pitch to Olbert, trying to get the 1st down. He's close, up to around the 42. Mark Olbert, a sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Eric Scoggins and Dennis Edwards corrals him right around the 42.
As we watch this counter option play, I think we can see that Eric Scoggins, number 81, was taking the quarterback fast rather than slow playing him, and it created a little gap between Eric and the contained man.
We have another SC player down. Chester Simmel out there. So far, can't pick up his number because so many people are gathered around. Jack Ward. Jeff Fisher is over there. It was a gain of 3 yards, and it'll be a 1st down for Texas Tech. We're taking a split feed tonight, which means this is the picture you're seeing that goes throughout Texas, and now it is Ronnie Lott, the Roverback.
Lott has had some problems with the shoulder injury in the past. Not recently, but in the past, and that could be a little reoccurrence of that same problem.
It's a first down for Texas Tech at the Red Raider 43-yard line. So far, Tech hasn't been able to score. Trojans 14, Raiders nothing. 8:48 to go in the third quarter. Reeves wants to throw long and deep. He's got his man. It is Newsome.
Mike, that was one fine pass pattern and a well-executed pass play. Kind of a little split between straight up the field and a post pattern. The receiver got inside of Herb Ward. Dennis Smith was not quite able to get over that far. Let's take another look at it. Faking the dive, back to throw. The success of the play was good speed and not breaking that pass pattern too far to the inside.
That was to Edwin Newsome, 47 yards. Reeves to Newsome. The ball just inside the 10. First and goal for Texas Tech. This is Reeves on the option. Stopped at the 1. Ron Reeves down to the USC 1-yard line.
In this drive, Ron Reeves has showed us why he was the Southwest Players Newcomer Award winner last year. He's run the ball fairly well. He's thrown it very well, especially on the long pass.
He's a local boy. He's from Lubbock. 6'2" and 210, a sophomore, Ron Reeves. Dennis Johnson on him, number 56. It'll be second and goal to go for Texas Tech at the 1-yard line of USC. Had not. I don't know if he made it. I guess he didn't. No signal as yet.
Mike, it appears he's about a foot short. He's a big man. It's going to be difficult to keep him out of the end zone if he can continue to get up over the top. The only way the Trojans are going to keep Texas Tech out of the end zone is for someone to get some penetration underneath in that defensive line and make him leap from further back in the backfield.
Texas Tech inches away from a score. Third down. Guess who's going to get the ball? My guess would be 86. And a fumble, but they're going to call a touchdown. Touchdown, Texas Tech.
Well, you can't fumble in the end zone, and apparently Reeves got in before the ball was knocked loose, and we've got a football game on our hands.
Indeed, as the Red Raider roars around the track here at Lubbock, and the Texas Tech Raiders have finally been able to get in for a score. 7:05 to play third quarter. It's now 14-6. Would you go for the two-pointer if you were in Rex Doherty's shoes?
No, I'd go for 1 point, Mike.
It's exactly what he's going to do. Bill Adams lining up to kick. It's up. Good. Adams out of the hold of Ron Reeves. And this crowd in Lubbock, Texas comes alive. With 7:05 to play, third quarter, it's USC 14-7 over Texas Tech.
When I was a young man starting out in business, I thought that someday I would own the world. So I started to read the Wall Street Journal. It helped. The journal helped. I moved right along in business. But after a few years, I realized that I wasn't ever going to own the world. And you know what? I didn't want to anyway. All I wanted was to do my best. So I kept on reading the Wall Street Journal, and the journal helped. It helped me to do my best. And these days, well, I still want to know. I have to know what's going on in business. I want to keep in touch. So I still read the Wall Street Journal, and the journal still helps. It keeps me in touch. I guess I've spent all my adult life with the journal. It hasn't failed me yet.
You can get 20 weeks of the journal for $22. Call 1-800-331-1009. That's 1-800-331-1009. You'll be billed later. Do it now. The Wall Street Journal. It hasn't failed anyone yet.
Adams kicks off as the Raiders have just gone 80 yards in 8 plays, with Reeves capping it with a 1-yard plunge. Adams added the extra point. It's now 14-7. And on the automatic touchback, the Trojans, 1st and 10 from their own 20. But this is an aroused Texas Tech team once again.
We have a situation now where both teams would really like to do something and do it well and do it quickly. If Texas Tech can make a big play, throw the Trojans for a loss, this stadium will come alive.
It is still Michael Hayes at tailback for USC. We have not seen Charles White since early in the second quarter. He's out with a bruised shoulder. That's the last medical report we had on number 12. Hayes shoots up to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 4, hit hard by linebacker Johnny Quinney.
Johnny Quinney is not a lot bigger than Michael Hayes. He's quite a striker. Good hole at the line of scrimmage. Fine tackle.
Quinney was a name that the Trojans remember last year. He made 12 tackles against SC in the Coliseum. It's 2nd and 6 at the Southern California 24. Williams in motion. 14-7, the Trojans lead it. It's Marcus Allen trying to get outside. Marcus Allen to the 28 or 29-yard line. Tackle made by Jeff McKinney.
Texas Tech continuing to pursue very fast. I'm just wondering what a reverse would do to them now. I know the Trojans have that play in their offense, and I think anything of a misdirection would have a pretty good chance to work.
3 tight ends employed by head coach John Robinson of USC. 3rd and 1 at the 29 of the Trojans. Marcus Allen has carried 12 times for 66 yards. Here comes Rakshani. The give is to Hayes. Slams into the middle, trying to pick up the first down. From up here, it looks like he's got it. The Texas Tech crowd here in Lubbock says no. They think he's been stopped.
The official is spotting forward progress enough for a first down, Mike.
Looks like they're going to spot it down at the 31, and they are. First down for Southern California.
You see Brad Buddy firing out. Marcus Allen leading into the line. Michael Hayes not getting a lot of height. A fairly flat leap, but enough for the first down.
The freshman out of Visalia, Don Mosbar, seeing extended action tonight. Anthony Munoz hurt early in this game. 1st and 10 at the 31. 14-7. Southern California leading with 5:20 to go in the third quarter. This is Hayes around the left side to the 37.
It seems like we haven't seen the student body left or right play for almost a full half, Mike.
Jeff McKinney brought him down after Hayes had picked up 6 more.
And Chris Foote, number 62, limping and asking to be taken out of the game. This will bring in Brad Green, number 52. Chris Foote has had at least 3 knee operations in his career at USC. And let's hope it isn't a knee problem, but it appears that it could be.
Brad Green, like Foote, is a senior. Brad Green is from Costa Mesa. He had mid-surgery in mid-season last year. 2nd and 4 at the 37. This is Marcus Allen spinning and twisting his way up to the 46. Gain of 9, and it'll be a first down for Southern California, thanks to the run by Allen, brought down by the left corner man, Willie Stevens.
One advantage the I formation has is that the fullback, even though he's only maybe 2 yards closer to the line of scrimmage than the tailback by alignment, gets there a good 2 steps faster, and you get used to keying on tailback speed. You hand the ball to the fullback, he's got a chance to pop.
McDonald takes the pitch. He wants to throw, and he does. It's intercepted at the 50. Willie Stevens, Rick Kemp. It is Roger Jones with the interception.
There's a penalty on the play, Mike.
McDonald was throwing to Hayes, but Jones was there to pull it off. We will await the penalty.
And regardless of the penalty, this is one time that Paul McDonald, who normally is very good at reading pass coverage, threw directly into the teeth of the coverage.
McDonald had only 7 intercepted passes last year. The penalty's going to be against Texas Tech, and that'll nullify the interception. The line of scrimmage was the 46, and here is the walk-off as we await the signal from Vince Buckley.
Well,
Roughing the passer.
To say that that was a big play is an understatement.
I'd like to see the replay on that, and I guess we're going to do it just now.
The official threw the flag very, very quickly. We don't see it in this replay. We did see the good coverage and Paul throwing into it.
You know, this year there's a new rule on roughing the passer. If the passer is rough but he still completes the pass, then you tag on the 15-yard penalty with whatever he gains on the pass. Rex Doherty very upset, and Vince Buckley, the referee, is trying to explain it to him. That's only the second penalty. This game has been almost devoid of penalties. 2 against Texas Tech for 30 yards, 2 against SC for 10 yards. But the crowd naturally very upset as John Robinson paces up and down in front of the SC bench. SC with a first down at the Texas Tech 39. But Tech had the ball around the 35 after the interception, which was wiped off. Marcus Allen gets a couple. Gabriel Rivera, the nose guard, brought him down.
Mike, the Trojans have very good field position, but I don't think they can afford to draw in their horns and say we're only going to be willing to run the football. If Texas Tech decides to just say, we know you're not going to throw it, so try to run it at us, we hope you do, I think the Trojans and Mike McDonald will find somebody open.
Allen picked up 2 on the last carry, 2nd and 8 at the 37 of Texas Tech. Southern California leading Tech 14-7, 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Michael Hayes around the left side, down he goes! Michael Hayes cut down by Larry Flowers, the senior strong safety for Texas Tech. And it looks like that Flowers was saying something to Hayes.
Well, in a big game and when teams are fired up and someone comes up from the secondary and makes a great play like this, there's always a tendency to chide him a little bit and say, hey, buddy, try it again. I'm here.
A loss of 2, 3rd and 10 for the Trojans at the Texas Tech 39. Tech has been very stubborn here tonight in Lubbock. In motion, Hayes, the tailback. McDonald, a throw, gets a good block. Now McDonald in trouble. He escapes. He wants to unload. He does. Incomplete. He was throwing for his fullback, Marcus Allen, at the 34. The pass low and away. It'll be 4th down, and the Trojans will have to punt, and Paul Hackett and McDonald conferring on the sideline.
Texas Tech showing a lot of courage after a big break going against them after roughing Paul McDonald.
You know who threw the initial block? It was Allen, and then Allen turned out to be one of the intended receivers downfield. Here is the punt by Dave Pryor. Aiming for the sideline. Fair catch is signaled for by Flowers. And again, it goes out of bounds inside the 3-yard line.
I'm Cliff Harris. This year I'll be playing in my 6th Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys.
And I'm Pat Hayden, and I've been to 3 Rose Bowls with the Southern California Trojans, and this year I'll be my first Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams.
Obviously, one of us isn't going to be there. But no matter who's there, you can be there with Sports Illustrated, the weekly sports magazine that hasn't missed a big game since Patrick was a baby.
With Sports Illustrated, you'll catch football from every angle. You'll always be in the game because the nation's best sports writers and photographers will put you there.
In Sports Illustrated, you don't get just the numbers and names. You get the strategy, skills, and emotions of people that play the game.
Sports Illustrated capture all of it with unique insights, style, and humor. Every issue, week after week. And by subscribing now, you'll be sure to receive the 2 big football preview issues. In the college issue, you'll get teams from coast to coast, including a good argument for the top 20. The Pac-10 is packed for an interesting trip, starting in Arizona, through California, and right up to Oregon and Washington. Then you get a super look at the pros. Last year, the Falcons surprised. Is it now the 49ers' turn to strike?
In the AFC West, will the ball bounce right for San Diego, or will it bounce again to Oakland? Maybe Seattle can pass them both.
With Sports Illustrated, you'll be able to look over the line and follow the bouncing balls of the All-Americans and All-Pros. And you'll find all of them right at your fingertips in the football preview issues. Now we're ready for the season, and you can get ready by subscribing to Sports Illustrated for the money-saving basic subscription price of only 59 cents an issue, as compared to the $1.25 cover price. So you'll receive 29 issues for only $16.87. That's a savings of over 50%. With Sports Illustrated, you not only get all the football action at a can't-miss price, but you get all the games people play. To subscribe, just call this toll-free number, 800-621-8200. But call now so you won't miss the offer or any of the action. Who do they pick to win the Super Bowl, Cliff?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
You probably won't either. But you'll be there with Sports Illustrated for only 59 cents an issue. Call 800-621-8200.
Hayden, I'll stick Henderson on you.
Henderson who?
There is no change in the score in the third quarter, so we pick up with Texas Tech in possession early in the fourth period.
Tech moving the ball now, trailing 14-7 with a first down at their own 47-yard line. Reeves has gained 59 yards in 15 carries tonight. Hadnot is around the 80-yard mark so far in the game. And speaking of Hadnot, here comes Big James to the 49. A pickup of 2. Second down and 8 for Texas Tech. Myron Lapka made the tackle. He's a senior from Chatsworth.
The Raiders are still not having any success getting around the contain of the Trojan defense, but they have had fairly consistent success lately getting inside of the contain and outside of the defensive tackle.
Second and 8. Texas Tech 49. We've played a minute of the fourth quarter. Reeves dumps it off complete to Hadnot. Hadnot used to be a tight end. He had good hands and made the grab there. And McGrew finally got him down. Ball is spotted down at the 44-yard line of USC.
The fullback out of the backfield. Someone from the inside has to cover him if you're not in a rotating defense. The Trojans were not rotating. Hadnot, one fine football player, and I would think that after tonight's game, he's going to be one tired football player.
No doubt about that. So will Ron Reeves. Reeves has gained close to 60 yards. He has completed 4 out of 9, passing for 85. 3rd and 1 for Texas Tech at the Southern California 44. Powerhouse I formation. Hadnot trying to get the first down. Slammed to the turf around the 43. Kenny Moore in on the tackle for Southern California. We may have a measurement. Crowd is all excited and yelling and screaming.
Mike, if the field markers are right, that ball's going to be just a few inches short of a first down, I believe.
Look at Doherty. He's on the field. Rex Doherty, the 37-year-old head coach here at Texas Tech in his second year. Played his college football at the University of Tennessee. And speaking of Tennessee, that's short. SC opens the 1980 football season at Knoxville against Johnny Majors and the Volunteers.
The Trojans start a home-and-home series with Oklahoma and Tennessee in 80-81, Mike.
All right, the ball is put down at the 43-yard line. Here comes Reeves back into the huddle. I thought it would be Hadnot earlier on the touchdown. It was Reeves. Let's see what we get this time. I would think they would go with the power back, Hadnot in the short yardage situation. They need about a yard. Yep, there's Hadnot. Oh, he's hit and dropped. It is Larry McGrew, the 6'5" and 220-pound senior linebacker from Berkeley. It was almost as if McGrew was in the huddle with Texas Tech. He knew that play.
Well, a penetrating defense by the Trojans. It was their only choice. I'm going to second-guess Texas Tech on their play calling to keep that ball deep in the backfield on a team that's faster than you are. When you've had good success lately on short yardage, I think that's a call I wouldn't make.
After all these years, I still like working out. But what I really like is the beer that's waiting for me when it's over. And if you work out the way we do, there better be a lot of beer waiting. That's why we drink light beer from Miller. Light has 1/3 less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling, and it tastes great. Take it from a guy who works out a lot. Could really use one right now.
Here you go, Bruce.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Mile after mile, year after year.
We don't want you just for a season. We don't want you just for a year. 'Cause you're Southern California Chevy dealers really want you. We want you for keeps.
See your Southern California Chevrolet dealers now.
There was no change in the score as both teams were unable to move the ball. So we pick up with SC in possession later in the same period.
Trojans leading 14-7. Would they risk a first down toss deep in their own territory? McDonald hands it off to Michael Hayes. He's up to the 22. Pickup of 3. Hans Bischoff brought him down.
Mike, it looks like the Trojans want to attempt to blow Texas Tech off the line of scrimmage and keep this ball and go the route with it. I don't know that they can do that in this position. Texas Tech does not show signs of fatigue. The secondary appears to be playing a form of man-to-man much of the time and really supporting the run quickly with a safety man.
2nd and 7, Trojan 22. Rockshawty moves in on the left side. Marcus Allen gets the call. He doesn't go very far, just to the 24. Put down there at the 24-yard line by Terry Bear. 3rd and 5 for Southern California. The ball is at the 23-yard line, so call it 3rd and 7. 7:29 to play here in the game from Lubbock, Texas. Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen squirts up to the 32-yard line. First down for USC.
Mike, I'm going to be a little bit critical of the Trojans. That was a little different play, and it worked. I don't believe that the Trojans have shown the domination to march straight down the field on student body right and left or hand it to the tailback straight ahead. It's going to have to be something with the passing game on what appears to be running downs or draws, screens, reverses, something a little different.
Allen just picked up 8 before he was brought down by Larry Flowers. Allen now with 89 yards and 17 carries. First down at the 32 for Southern California. The tailback Hayes, he goes to the 37. A gain of 5. Ball control by Southern California. The clock moving, 6:50 left. Tackle made by Terry Bear. Rex Dockery, the Tech coach, trying to fire up the troops. 2nd and 5 at the 37 of Southern California. SC touchdowns, a 1-yard run by Marcus Allen, and then a 19-yard pass from Paul McDonald to Dan Garcia, who made just a splendid catch in the end zone. The pitch goes over to Michael Hayes. He fumbles the ball, and a big scramble for it over near the sideline. SC's ball.
Well, Mike, that's a little different. If you can fumble forward and get somebody to get that good bounce for you, that's the way to get something going.
Indeed it is. I don't know if the Trojans were able to recover over the sidelines or the ball went out of bounds. We'll tell them the replay.
Michael Hayes has the ball in good position, but the defender's helmet goes right into it. It gets the good Trojan bounce. Everybody's fighting for it, and it appears that there wasn't solid control.
It was recovered by Jeff Simmons, a freshman from Stockton. 1st and 10 SC at the 45. And this time the Texas Raiders come up with the ball. The Texas Tech Red Raiders. Or let's see. Tech thought they had the ball.
I think it was after the whistle.
It must have been. Ball placed down at the 44. Marcus Allen. Rivera on the hit. And when 300 pounds falls on you, sometimes you don't have the ball.
That just couldn't feel good, could it?
2nd down 9, SC at the 44 of Texas Tech. McKenzie, Doug McKenzie is the fullback. Tailback, Michael Hayes. He's gone all the way here in the second half, and since early in the second quarter, replacing the injured Charles White. Don Earl makes the tackle of Raymond Butler. And the Trojans have the ball down at the 26-yard line of Texas Tech.
Mike, this is an obvious pass from the snap. But the Texas Tech linebackers playing so close and so tough on the run, there's no way they can get back and help a cornerback playing in a zone. Raymond Butler wide open.
Marcus Allen back in at fullback. Michael Hayes is the tailback. McDonald is hit on 8 out of 16 now. 125 yards, 1 touchdown. From the Texas Tech 26 on 1st and 10. We have 5:10 to play. Hayes inside the 25 to the 23. Michael Hayes sweeps the right side for 3. Jim Verdon put him down.
It appears to me that in this drive, Mike McDonald has been automaticing quite a bit at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if Paul's been doing that the whole game, but he has been at least in this quarter.
If you're just now joining us, Anthony Munoz went out earlier with a knee injury. Charles White early in the second quarter with a bruised shoulder. Neither has been back. 2nd and 7 at the 23. The Texas Tech 23. McDonald, he has time. Dumps it off to Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes stopped at the 15 by Jeff McKinney.
Well, this delay pass went to a back, but it's the same thing as a tight end delaying. It's been successful 4 times now. Texas Tech, when they read pass and decide it's not the run, having a little difficulty reacting back up before McDonald can complete the pass.
And the Trojans have a first down at the Texas Tech 15. 4:19 left. Allen, Hayes in the I formation. The give is to Hayes. He twists his way to the 11-yard line. Hans Bischoff making the tackle. Ball's going to be spotted down closer to the 10, so call it 2nd and 5 for Southern California. And the Trojans jump into Pac-10 conference play next Saturday afternoon against Oregon State up in Corvallis. Craig Fertig and the Beavers will be waiting for the Trojans. We'll have the replay for you next Sunday, 3 o'clock here on Channel 9. Don't forget the Coaches Show, USC Football 79 with John Robinson at 11 every Saturday night. Mike Harper is the new tailback now for Southern California. He's a freshman from Kansas City. And they don't get Harper, but they do get Allen, and Allen busts his way down to the 1-yard line.
Mike, a huge hole over the left guard. Scott Frazier, number 65, who just came into the game, could hardly find a man to block.
Look at it.
He found somebody. He just did a great job. Marcus Allen, one of the biggest holes of the night.
Ted Watts saved the touchdown by making the tackle of the 1. 1st and goal to go at the 1. Frazier is a senior, Poly High in Riverside. Scott Frazier. 1st and goal to go. Allen has 105 yards. Marcus Allen. The give is to Marcus Allen. He's stacked up near the goal line. He did not get in. Allen has been the Trojan workhorse here tonight. 2nd and goal. Hans Bischoff on the bottom of the pile of the black-shirted Texas Tech team. Michael Hayes back into tailback. Harper was in there for just 1 play.
Mike, I'm going to just guess for fun. Tailback over the top.
All right, we'll see. The tailback is Michael Hayes.
That really isn't a very dangerous guess, by the way.
We have 2:40 to play. Southern California leading 14-7. 2nd and goal. Rockshani in motion. Hayes over the top. Stacked up. He did not get in. He did not make it.
You see number 68 on the ground for Texas Tech. He's a little too deep in the Trojan backfield for that play to work as well as the Trojans would like it to.
And 68 for Texas Tech is a 233-pound defensive tackle, David Hill.